Hi, I'm Daakery of the podcast The Xenocast. I'm the editor and the producer of the podcast, and this is kind of an edit that we definitely want you to hear. It's how you're supposed to hear the Xenocast. It's basically the vision that we had for it. So we hope you enjoy.
Welcome to the sequel episode of the Xenocast, the much more action-packed, the thrilling, the ambitious episode, in a lot of ways, regarded highly as the better episode.
One of us is gonna die, but who is it gonna be?
It's game over, man.
It's game over!
So on today's episode, we're going to be talking about sequels, comics, movies, and TV shows. And everything strange, of course.
I heard you forget for a second, and I was gonna say, do you need your phone? You got this? I guess we should probably introduce ourselves.
You have me over here, Joshua Gould.
I felt like I should let him introduce himself first because he talked first. I am Daakery, the producer and everything. Or whatever the hell I am at this point.
But I am the talent.
The brainchild. No, I'm not the brainchild. The podcast is the brainchild. Fuck.
You know what? Ruined. Everything's ruined.
Alright, let's start over, guys.
Let's just roll with it. Alright. So, recently, Daakery has gotten highly into comics.
I mean, when he says highly, that's putting it very lightly, actually. I got into it probably, 2 weeks ago with, the last paycheck I got that I didn't just get. And I spent, $240, maybe almost $300 on it.
And I'm not talking stand-up comics. This is not a joke. He has spent...
This is a very serious matter. I have spent about $300 buying comic books.
I put about 20% of my income into a 401k.
I put 40% into comics.
He has me beat.
I got dedication, apparently. You expect to live a long life and to use your money. I expect to die at 40 and read a lot of comics on the way. Have a lot of fun. Fuck it.
But you know what? It is a really impressive collection. And so...
Impressive by having 90% Spider stuff and 1% Ms. Marvel.
But see, that's the thing is, obviously Spider-Man's the best. And that's actually really cool to me. So what did you start off with? What was your first comic that you bought?
The first comic I bought was volume 3 through 6 of Superior Spider-Man. And then I had to order 1 and 2 off Amazon because
okay, so I'm just gonna stop you right there. So you're telling me you the first Spider-Man comic we talk about. Dak and I talk about Spider-Man a lot, very often.
All the time, almost every.
We'll figure out a way. We'll just be like, hey, so what do you think Spider-Man eats for breakfast? And we come up with things. It's fucking stupid. But why the hell Superior Spider-Man? That's. For anyone who doesn't know who Superior Spider-Man is, it's basically this whole comic arc where Spider-Man and one of his arch nemesis, Dr. Octopus, they do the typical thing, they were probably phone calling each other or something. I haven't read the comics. I'm just winging it.
Hey Spider-Man, what you thinking about? Oh, fighting villains and stuff.
just webs and stuff. Do you think the internet is the World Wide Web because it got bitten by a radioactive spider?
The first computer. It got a spider in it.
And then so a lightning storm happens, and then they switch brains, and Peter Parker has the mind of an octopus. So he's a spider octopus, and so now he does all the stuff a spider can, but he's much more flexible.
I feel like you're trying to dig me into a hole and make me sound like a loser, so you're the cool one.
I'm just trying to figure this out. Okay, so that's the Spider-Man you started with.
Well, all right, so I kind of fucked up, but I didn't realize the Superior Spider-Man Volume 1 wasn't the start of the story. And I don't know the start of the story.
It wasn't the start of the story. Okay, no, this gets even better.
So
okay.
It started off in the volume before that, and I don't really know what happened. And I've been meaning to buy it, but I'm trying to stray away from Spider-Man stuff, because I got hella Spider stuff. Like I said, 90% of it is Spider stuff, and I just bought more yesterday. So it's getting a little out of hand, it's a little. But, no, you're about right. Doc Ock and Spider-Man switched bodies, and Doc Ock was like, I'm gonna fucking, I'm gonna destroy the world. I'm gonna rule the world. I'm Spider-Man. I can do whatever I want now. And then he kind of digs into Peter's memories, and he realizes why Peter does what he does and why he's a hero. And so he's like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna be a better Spider-Man. I'm gonna be the superior Spider-Man. Legitimately, he says that.
He calls him. He said, I'm going to be the superior Spider-Man.
He does that all the time.
And then black screen. 2 words. Superior Spider-Man. Spider-Man being 1 word. It's just how it goes nowadays. But so throughout the week, Dak will be reading different volumes, different comics. And so what I do is he tells me what he's reading, and then before he even explains it to me, I try and guess what it's about and how it happens.
It's kind of like that Pokemon game we played last week, but a little bit more entertaining.
It's a lot more elaborate, and it's even more fun because then Dak will just look at me and go, "Okay, that was pretty good. That was pretty pretty creative of you. I guess you could have wrote something. We'll put it on the fridge." Right, and then Dak will then explain to me what happens, but that's not Dak's strong suit really. Is explaining things out to the best. So he'll fill in the blanks, and it'll be just as good as mine.
I can't remember any times I've done that. I do it so often I don't remember it anymore.
Oh, but it's great. It's just because you'll basically skim. You'll give me the cliff notes, and then on the details you'll just fill it in with something.
It's kind of true, yeah. I feel like I could like fill in all the blanks that like the plot holes and stuff that are there that I don't notice, because apparently I fucking fill it in automatically and I don't have to pay attention to it. I don't realize it.
So apparently, okay, so Superior Spider-Man. You have all different types of Spider-Man. Apparently,
Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, Clones of Spider-Man,
Tall Spider-Man, Small Spider-Man,
6-armed Spider-Man, Egyptian Spider-Man, Spider Monkey.
Okay, this one is ridiculous. There's a monkey, and then obviously, the Marvel universe it's a multiverse. Basically, there's all these parallel universes, and one of the comics that Dak recently bought is called the Spider-Verse, which has basically every Spider-Man from every universe all at a house party.
Not all of them. Half of them die.
Okay, so half of them didn't make it. Half of them didn't make it to the house party. But then the others in the Spider-Verse, they're all at a house party. It's basically like they go to a Halloween costume. You know when you go to a Halloween costume and everyone's dressed up as the same thing as the thing that's popular right now? It's like going to Comic-Con and seeing everyone dressed up as Daenerys. And that's what I'm getting at. That's what the Spider-Verse is.
Kind of is, yeah. No, you're kind of right. And one of them specifically is a dick, and all the others are kind of like tired of him and like hating him and shit.
Hey, so guess which one is the dick? The one dick at this spider party is the Superior Spider-Man. Who would have guessed?
Now we've come full circle. I thought the way they did it was cool. They actually had
Daakery and his dickery.
I'm not gonna fucking explain this because no one's gonna care. This is gonna get way long in a tangent. I'm not gonna bother. But if you are interested in comics and you're interested in Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse, it's good, but I recommend reading Superior first. I did that actually. I was like, I'm not gonna read Spider-Verse until I fucking read Superior, and I had Spider-Verse for like a week before I got the second issue of Superior Spider-Man, so that sucked.
Okay, so I'm giving you a lot of heat for choosing Superior Spider-Man to be the first one to read. I mean, it is more current, which I do give you props for.
I think it was like the third most recent, because they came back in this body, and then they have the current one going now.
That's true, and then you have Miles Morales, who's all the rage. And
nobody likes Miles. I love Miles, but he's not that popular.
I'm no better. I grew up on Ben Reilly. And so Ben Reilly, I want to say, is he Spectacular Spider-Man?
I don't know what he is. I think he's from another universe. He's like the clone of Spider-Man. But
okay, so Ben Reilly isn't even the real Spider-Man. He's a clone of Peter Parker, who's the original Spider-Man. And basically Ben Reilly just thinks he's Peter Parker. So there's really no difference until they decide, okay, we're bored with Ben Reilly, we're going to kill him off. But he was like, I'm big into punk rock music. I worked at a punk rock radio station for 3 years. Cool fact. But he's the most punk rock of all the Spider-Man. He wears the jeans.
Second most punk rock. I haven't showed you yet.
Oh, who? Okay.
All right.
This is news for me.
He has to be the most punk rock because his name is Spider-Punk. But
okay. Well, does he have a mohawk?
Kind of.
Oh shoot! Is it green mohawk?
No.
Oh fuck. Is it mohawk made out of webs?
This is Spider-Punk.
Oh shit, dude! He's like a road warrior.
If you look him up, he's really badass. He's basically Spider-Man with kind of an athletic shirt, outfit look. And he has 3 mohawk spikes on his head, and he has the whole fucking jean jacket, and he's got Converse and shit. He's awesome, and I'm hella excited to get to him in Spider-Verse.
That is, I do not know what you just showed me, but I feel like my world just got fucked up.
He's really cool.
Wait, so what Spider-Man is he? Like,
I don't know what universe he's in. He's in the universe where fucking Norman Osborn, who is the Green Goblin, is president of the United States, and so he's rebelling and shit.
Okay, so
he looks kind of like Jimi Hendrix, so that's kind of cool too.
Oh shit.
I'm not a fan of Jimi Hendrix, but it's cool. He looks like Jimi Hendrix.
Okay,
That's a discussion for another time.
That picture of that Spider-Punk that you just showed me is so cool. I'm hoping that you edit out what I just said about Ben Reilly. Oh, so I actually started off, everyone to each their own, their favorite Spider-Man. My favorite Spider-Man, I used to work at a punk rock radio station, is Spider-Punk. He looks like a Spider-Man, but like if he was like a post-apocalyptic wasteland and rode a motorcycle.
Am I supposed to forget the last 5 minutes just happened?
So that's really cool. I'm actually really stoked that you're getting into comics because it's like I get to live vicariously through you.
You're pretty much doing what I used to do, where I used to just learn about comics by hearing about it or reading about it somewhere and not actually reading them myself. In fact, back at my old job, I had a friend that was a comic fan, and I need to talk to him because I want to get recommendations. But and like we would constantly talk about like Marvel and just stuff that happened in Marvel. And then one day I was like, yeah, I've never read a comic, and he looked at me and he was so offended. He was like, oh my god,
I trusted you.
I can't talk to you anymore.
Yeah, just like
he was so mad.
He was
It's
like,
like, damn it, dude.
The flesh of my flesh, the blood of my blood, betrayed.
I miss the guy. I definitely need to talk to him about it. But no, like I've always had people to talk to Marvel stuff about, and it's weird how much I knew about it before actually reading it. But now that I'm reading it, I'm learning more about the shit that I already knew. I mean, I didn't know there was a fucking Superior Spider-Man got Venom involved. I didn't know that.
So,
it's crazy.
We actually went to a comic book store earlier today. Dak was just browsing. This time I did pick up a few things that will.
I'm just trying to find
more
stuff to look at or what I want. I gotta expand a little bit. I'm probably gonna go with Ant-Man next, maybe. Anyways.
But sorry.
We're drinking a little bit, so there might be a couple pauses where like one of us expects the other person to say something, so we'll drink something, but then the other person's like, "Oh shit, was I supposed to say something?"
It was the awkward spaghetti noodle. Kind of kissed a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's making up excuses, but there's cat hair on here. That's like my kryptonite.
Well, I guess we found out he was gonna die this episode.
Hey, that was like foreshadowing. I plucked it though, so we're cool.
It only took 12 minutes.
But it's cool that you're getting into comics. One thing that we both are big fans of Spider-Man. If we had to choose one Marvel hero, it'd probably be Spider-Man.
Oh, kind of.
All around.
For me, it's Spider-Gwen now, but...
Okay, well, it's a variant of Spider-Man.
That's why I said kind of.
Okay, but we both are in full agreement of our favorite villain.
Alright, so let's break it down here.
Okay, you have to hear us out. There's going to be a lot of people who might get offended. This might... Okay, just so
you know,
if
you stuck with us this long about us just talking about Spider-Man and comics and shit, good on you. I promise it'll get better later. But...
No, but listen, if our demographic is people who like comics, this is why I won't need to do a disclaimer, because I feel like this is the point where everyone's going to get pissed off at us.
I mean, we talk about everything, and we kind of talk about everything a lot, so... I mean, if you watched the first episode, you saw that.
Alright, so... Our favorite villain in the Spider-Man
Alright, hold on. We gotta break down his villains first. We can't just straight out say what his best villain is. Alright, so Spider-Man is powerful enough to where he has he's fought Galactus on his own. Galactus is a dude that eats planets. Legitimately.
He eats planets. This guy he jizzes spider webs.
Puts them in his fucking mouth and just gobbles them. Not the spider webs, the planets.
The spider, okay.
He has a villain who switched minds with him, and technically he's the only villain that succeeded in killing him, even though he came back. But that's a long story. That's Dr. Octopus. He has Venom, who is an alien symbiote that is crazy compared to the other symbiotes on his planet.
And Venom is probably like the most like rock and roll metal looking.
Dude, Venom is fucking badass. If you don't know Venom, look him up. He is awesome.
It's like if you grow up on like punk rock metal, thrash metal, like Judas Priest, then you see like Venom's design, you're like, hell yeah, fuck yeah.
And then
I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna throw a Molotov at a car just fucking, why not?
But the thing about Venom is that, I mean, yeah, he's crazy and he'll kill you, but like he's gonna kill you with his fist. He's just gonna punch you and beat you up.
He just beats the shit out of people. He just pummels people.
Even though the symbiote is technically it's kind of like a liquid and it can fucking take whatever form it wants.
Which leads to another villain of Spider-Man.
Which is the son of Venom, Carnage. Carnage, it's Venom, but he's red and he looks way better.
If Venom is rock and roll, then Carnage is fucking
death metal.
Fucking death metal.
Carnage is death metal.
He turns his hands into axes. Have you ever been chased by somebody who turns their hands into axes?
But Carnage is badass. We have Mysterio, who's just a trickster. You know, he uses like fucking, what's it called? He uses illusions and shit.
You know, you're being nice. He has a fishbowl on his head.
He has a fishbowl on his head. It's
true.
true.
Has a fishbowl.
There's Chameleon, who can change his face and look like whoever he wants to. There's Electro, who is apparently just electricity at this point. There is Shocker, who uses like shockwaves, and he's like the worst villain in the universe.
He's notorious for his weapon, the two fingers and the pinky.
The two, one in the pink, two in the stink. Actually, I probably think I got that backwards, but you know what? Whatever works for people.
Whoa!
Right?
Anti-Shocker.
We just learned something about Daakery today. I can't remember his other villains, but like he got villains. Like a lot of villains.
He's got Michael Keaton.
He's got Green Goblin.
Michael Keaton's a villain.
He's got a bird. Yeah, he's got the Birdman. He's got a lot. Josh and I are in total agreement that even though Carnage can kill people and turn his hands into axes, and Venom will like reach out with tendrils and grab you and suck you in and eat you, we both agree, hands down, the most powerful villain.
Powerful, the strongest, the most threatening villain that Spider-Man has in his repertoire.
The biggest threat to anyone.
Maybe to all of the entire Marvel universe.
He's killed a lot of people. And probably accidentally, but he's done it. The most powerful villain Spider-Man has ever fought, the most difficult villain, is Mysterio.
Dun dun dun. Okay, no, bear with us. Please don't leave. Okay.
Don't turn it off. We got an explanation here.
Let me explain. Okay. So, if you watch any of the old Spider-Man cartoons.
Josh and I grew up watching the old Spider-Man cartoons separately. We didn't meet each other till high school, but like when we actually did meet each other, we found out a lot about ourselves. It's apparently the same, and it's weird.
Okay, so Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Peter Parker. He has a genius level intellect.
He's like the second smartest person in the universe, I think. I think only behind Reed Richards and maybe Reed Richards.
What he knows about genetics and biology is on par with what Tony Stark, Iron Man, Tony Stark, knows about technology and robots and shit.
It sounds like you're introducing the hero to the ultimate.
I'm introducing.
It's like, Iron Man, this is Tony Stark is Iron Man.
Nice to meet you.
He just looks at you, he's like, I fucking know. I made it.
Okay, well. So genius level intellect, okay? Nothing should be going past this guy. He reads his books. He reads his books a lot more than I read my books. Which I guess isn't saying much. But Mysterio, he is just really good with like special effects. He's really good with like magic tricks, I guess. The kind of things you would see that an illusionist would do. The smoke and mirrors.
Literally smoke and mirrors half the time.
Literally. So, okay, he doesn't... It's like he has a bunch of like Halloween stuff he keeps in his closet, and he's like, this is how I'm going to fuck with Spider-Man today. Okay, he does these things. Peter Parker, Spider-Man, knows that he does these things, and that Mysterio has no superpowers. And every single time in the TV show, probably in the comics, Dak will let me know.
I don't know any comics he's in. I'm going to have to hunt those down.
Every single time, he fucking falls for it.
The only thing I can really remember about it, besides the Spider-Man 2 game, which I don't remember much, I just know he fucking fell for everything. In the old 90s cartoon, the one where like Spider-Man's buff and it's weird because he's like a manly man and not like a fucking nerdy kid. There's an episode where Peter is working. He works for the Daily Bugle, the newspaper. You know, he takes pictures and gets money from it.
He takes selfies and gets paid for it. It's like, Instagram before it became cool.
Yeah. So he's at the museum, and all of a sudden the fucking roof blows up and caves in, and Mysterio floats down on smoke, and I'm gonna steal all the paintings or something. And he takes it all, and he floats back out of there and leaves. The fucking roof is still collapsed and shit. And I think like at that time Spider-Man ended up swinging in or something and fighting him, and like Peter's like, what the fuck? I'm not doing that. That's not me. And he's really confused. So he's confused. He knows it's Mysterio, but he's confused. So he leaves because like everyone had to evacuate because Mysterio's there. He's a supervillain, whatever. He comes back like like 3-4 hours later to investigate it. The roof is fine. And he's like, he looks at the roof, he's like, how did this happen? I saw it fall. I know it happened. And then, like, there's
Jesus.
webs of stuff, like, Spider-Man's webs are hanging around, and the cops are, like, checking it out and taking pictures, and he's like, this doesn't make sense. My webs dissolve after an hour. It's been 3 hours. And, like, he knows it's Mysterio. He saw Mysterio break in and fucking steal shit. Like,
Okay. So it gets even worse, okay? Because you think one instance, the fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice. He gets fooled time and time again by Mysterio.
every time!
No, time and time again, okay? Now, if you're still here, I hope you're starting to see things. Maybe you're meeting me at 20% now, okay? But listen.
Or maybe they just think we're fucking idiots.
No, listen, okay? Mysterio could probably, if he can outsmart the second smartest person in the Marvel Universe, he might get ambitious one day. Let me keep going. So, Mysterio. Spider-Man will have Mysterio cornered, and he'll be like, I finally have caught you, Quentin Beck. Quentin Beck is Mysterio.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I finally caught you. And Mysterio will be like, have you caught me? And then 5 other Mysterios will pop out, right? They're see-through. They're just holograms, They're see-through holograms, and they'll run at Peter, and Spider-Man will put his hands up, like, in defense position, like, which one's the real one? And it should be so obvious. It's like, I'm looking at this, I'm no genius in comparison to how smart Peter Parker is depicted, but he still fucking falls for it every single time. Mysterio will dress up the Statue of Liberty as a giant Mysterio.
I remember that one. That was in the game. That was in Spider-Man 2.
And Peter goes, how do you get so big? Okay, maybe Mysterio does have a superpower, and he can actually convince people that he's actually good at magic tricks. And, like, I feel like Mysterio at one point, right, like, Peter Parker is about to fight Mysterio, and he puts his fist up, and Mysterio goes, wait, before you do that, he takes out a deck of cards. Pick a card, any card. And he's like, okay, I'll play.
I'll play your game.
Without showing me, put the card back in the deck. And that's the whole episode. Is this your card?
No,
it is my card!
What I was thinking is that Mysterio's really weak, like, insanely weak. One punch will take him out. But, like, what he'll do is he'll take the card and he'll be like, is this your card? Then he'll sucker punch Spider-Man and go, hee, and then run away. And then Spider-Man's like, fuck, I lost him. They won't even be smart.
I've been had.
Like, it's all it takes. It's just, like, apparently that much to confuse
so
Spider-Man.
now, if you haven't been convinced yet...
Okay, that was all my arguments. I don't know what the fuck else you have.
If you haven't been convinced yet, he's considered a joke villain, okay? A joke villain. But he always outsmarts Spider-Man. Now, you take this joke villain and you place him in any other character's world within the Marvel Universe. In particular, Daredevil. Now, spoilers will ensue. I don't know Daredevil's his love interest's name.
Karen Page.
Karen Page. So there's an arc.
Or I guess Elektra, technically.
Okay, well, Karen Page, actually. That's the one I'm looking for. There's an arc that I read about with Mysterio where Mysterio is dying. He's dying of, I want to say AIDS. Probably mysterious AIDS of some sort. I don't know. They may or may not exist. Maybe it's part of his illusion, okay? But... so he's a joke villain. He's always just fucking with Spider-Man. I don't think he really has, like, big time goals. But because he's dying, he's like, okay, I'm going to get one last good trick on Spider-Man. For good old time's sake, It's part of my fuck it list. Yes, I did say fuck it list. But Spider-Man's, he's nowhere to be seen. He's nowhere in New York. He's probably doing, like, fighting Galactus or, doing some, like, worldwide shit. And Mysterio's Quentin Beck is pretty bummed out about it. So he settles, like most do. He settles for Daredevil. And the way he decides to fuck with Daredevil is to convince Karen Page that she gave Daredevil AIDS. And he does it. He convinces her really well. I don't know how you would convince that. Like, did he, like, set up, like, like, instead of a haunted house, he sets up, like, a fake clinic. And then, like, they draw her blood, and he's like, you got AIDS.
I didn't know about that.
Okay. And Karen Page feels so guilty about giving Daredevil AIDS that she kills herself. She's black, dead. She kills herself. Okay? Now that's some psychological mindfuckery. Okay, how do you just, that is a very elaborate trick to do, and he was committed, okay? He has what it takes. He has the mindset to be the #1 Spider-Man villain.
He
He was willing to pull the trigger.
If he really tried, he could. While Josh was going on his little speech about the Daredevil stuff, I looked up comics with Mysterio in it. Apparently he's in Spider-Verse, so I'm looking forward to that whenever I get to it. I guess in like the lead up to Spider-Verse, one of the comics, side comics, he's flying around New York, piloting a floating orb, spreading hallucinogenic gas. It's like, I sit here and just imagine a fucking orb that looks like his head, as Josh would know, and some of you might know, or if you look him up, you'll know. And it's just like, he's floating around spraying the gas, and it glows, and every time he talks, he's like, yes, yes, fall for the gas.
He's basically like the equivalent of Scarecrow from the DC universe.
Yeah, but he's a joke. Scarecrow's not a joke.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't think Scarecrow's ever gotten that far before.
I don't know. I don't know shit about Scarecrow. I don't know much about DC.
I don't know much about comics.
Yeah, I guess I'm like my knowledge is all.
I'm not even
Marvel.
a big fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Shoot me.
How dare you? I'll have you know the Marvel Cinematic Universe is the Universe 0010. I think it actually is.
Well, Daakery, let me inform you that Universe 2212 is the best universe. It makes 0010 look like it look like it's in comparison to 0140.
I'm looking up to see if Marvel Universe 2212 is a thing. It's not. I just wanted to see if you were right by chance.
What if everything I just said was just completely on point too?
Oh, I was totally wrong. Oh wait, never mind. No, keep going. It might be on point. I don't know.
So, with it being our sequel episode, I thought we'd transition this over to talking about sequels in movies and in popular media.
Well, I mean, like, what do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about like ones that were better, ones that were worse? Well, I guess we can cover all of it.
Okay, so I mean, it's just sequels in general. I think nowadays, well, one thing that's always a big, really gets under my skin is sequels that were not intended. You see movies all the time where they just throw out a sequel because they're like, oh, well, the first one's critically received. Let's just throw this one out. We don't even have to like write a script. We can just like piss on the fucking paper.
People will buy that shit up.
Like so like franchises in general. Like how many Fast and the Furious is a great example. Even though we're not really a sequel, but just it just keeps going. Where the first movie had a very coherent plot, where it's about street racing, cops and robbers, and now all of a sudden they're like flying their cars outside of a helicopter into a bank.
Fucking driving down apparently the world's longest runway, like trying to catch a plane or something. I haven't seen any of the Fast and Furious movies, but I understand a little bit of it. It's weird.
So it's really cool when you find sequel movies that are known to be better or on par with the original.
On that note, actually, I just last night I went with my mom over to my brother's apartment, and he had neither of them. My mom was way too scared to watch Alien when she was a kid. Her cousin, my cousin's mom, whatever, she would watch horror movies and nothing would get to her. My mom cannot do that. She can't watch horror movies. She's terrified of horror movies. My mom's cousin came home one day after watching.
My mom has a horror movie.
You're kind of right. No, I'm kidding. Like, your mom's a lovely woman. My mom's cousin came home one day after watching Alien and she was terrified. Like she told my mom about Alien. My mom couldn't sleep because my mom was terrified from it. So Alien was the movie that my mom knew to stay away from. I finally convinced her to watch it. And so that was like 2 months ago maybe. And so last night we went back over and we watched Aliens and I was like, don't worry, Aliens is an action movie and it's actually a lot better. And she loves Titanic and is directed by James Cameron, the same guy. So like I'm pretty sure that helped win her over. But like every time I watch Aliens, I've seen it at least 5 or 6 times now because it's one of my favorite movies. But every time I watch it, I realize more and more about it. Like this time I kind of realized that it's like 40 minutes of just setting up nothing that they don't need to set up but I'm still intrigued the whole time. Like, I'm so excited every time.
Okay, so that's my favorite double feature. I love where you're going with this. It's my favorite double feature to watch Alien and Aliens because they're such different movies. Alien is a straight up horror movie.
It starts at 20 minutes.
Exactly. It has the jump scares. It has this crazy fucking creature.
It has the fucking alien just reaching its arms out in the vent. That was my favorite
You're
kill.
like, what the hell is going on? There's never been a movie like Alien when it came out. Now, you have Aliens that comes out that's much more of a thriller. It has much more of an action. They have the means to fight these aliens. They have the whole turret scene with actually mowing down, xenomorphs.
Dude, it's like a fucking straight up action movie, man.
Yeah, but if you back to back these movies, and you watch Alien, then you watch Aliens, you see these scenes where they're looking down hallways in Aliens, and you're like, oh fucking shit. There's fucking more of them. That one of them took out the entire fucking crew.
There's so many aliens in Aliens. It's like, it makes sense that it's called Aliens. But once those first 40 minutes passes by, shit gets fucking crazy. They land on the planet, they're like, alright, this is weird, no one's here, whatever. It's still setting it up. They go a little bit deeper down and like, they kind of see the nest and they're like, what the fuck is this? This is weird, I don't remember this ever being built. And then they find they find the people embedded in the wall.
How would you describe the nest?
Organic.
It kind of looks like a...
If somebody collected every shit they ever made and just compacted it onto the wall in weird archaic designs, that's the alien nest. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's what it's made out of. Their shit and spit. But like, they find a body, a dude hanging out on the wall, and he's stuck there, and they kind of like move his head and they lift it up and he opens his eyes, and they're like, "Don't you worry, we'll get you out of there," because exactly, they're space marines, and he's just like, "Kill me, kill me," and then all of a sudden, a fucking chest burster comes out, and it's just fucking all shit goes loose. That's when the fucking movie starts.
He's like,
who
brought the chips? Who brought the soda?
It pops out and they're like, oh fuck, flamethrower!
Welcome to the party.
Fucking light it on fire, all of a sudden the walls are moving, they find out the aliens were hiding out in the walls and they fucking blend in. Oh my god, they're coming from everywhere. They're fucking running around, they're shooting shit they're not supposed to be shooting. Fucking everyone's yelling. Okay. They kill like 2 people right away.
So here's one of my favorite things about Aliens.
And then they find a little girl.
They do find a little girl. And she's all like, mostly cover her neck. Mostly. But, so the aliens in the movie Aliens,
I would not put that together, oh my god.
Fuck you. Okay, so one of my favorite things is you have the alien in the first movie, the original, where it's a very primal being, but the aliens in this movie, I think they even say, like one of the characters even says, these fuckers know what they're doing. This isn't their first rodeo.
It's like what, they've been there like 20 days, right? Or something? And they fucking know how to use electricity. It's like, holy shit.
And if that doesn't terrify you, like the first one was just a baby. You had the baby xenomorph just fucking things up, and then it just got, fucking flamethrowered.
It's terrifying, dude.
But then in Aliens, these fuckers know how to take out shit. They're like, okay, you do this. I'm gonna bite this cord. Okay, we're gonna jack off in this corner.
They fucking there's the part where they have the turrets placed in 3 different hallways. They'll fucking just send aliens out down the hallways to waste the ammo for the turrets. Holy shit, like they just keep going. It's crazy.
We can make more.
They're smart as dicks, dude. It's crazy.
Dicks.
It's fucking awesome, and I love it. Like, the aliens they're fucking smart as shit. I mean, they're a hive mind, but they're smart as shit.
And that's my favorite thing is, we have this whole alien versus predator argument all the time. Guess who we go for?
Everyone always says predator. We're like, you guys are fucking stupid. Predators are stupid. They're not gonna win. The fucking alien will send aliens to learn. It'll send more aliens to learn to kill. That's just to die, to learn stuff about the predator.
So you have the predators they're very prideful. They take over. They don't really take over planets. I'm not sure. They just want to prove that they're the ultimate species. But that makes them basically have the same equivalent mindset as a human being. Now, what I think would probably happen if a predator fought an alien is it would probably do what it does to most creatures that it's never fought before. It would turn invisible.
Study.
It would turn invisible, and it would probably like sneak behind the alien and think, oh, well, I'm invisible, so it's no big deal. The Xenomorph doesn't even have fucking eyes. That has nothing to do with anything. Okay, now, granted, that plasma beam, that the shoulder cannon.
Oh, it'll tear a fucking alien apart. It'll tear a Xenomorph in half. Like,
Do
easy,
you
no
think
problem.
anyone can account for acid blood? That's not a common thing. I feel like
That's not a thing. At all.
it would do that once. It would get acid blood on it and probably die. The Xenomorph now knows everything about the Predator.
It knows
Because
everything
of
it
it
needs
being a
to
hive
know.
mind.
Everything it needs to know about
Exactly.
the Predator. Like, the fucking Xenomorphs are hella smart. And in Alien 4, they're all captured and shit by people. I don't really know how. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
You know what?
But they fucking, there's 3 of them captured, and then it's like, you know, they're teasing it. Or like the fucking scientists are like spraying them with shit and like pissing them off. And then 2 of them turn and look at each other, and you can see it in their face or whatever the hell they have. And they're like, we gotta get out of here. And the other one says, Lean turns to the first guy and goes, yeah, we do. And then they look at the third one and say, but what do we do about him? He's just dragging us down.
They're like,
and the second one says, we gotta kill him. That's how we get out. We use his blood and we kill him. And so they do. They fuck him up.
Okay, you know what? That's the only scene I like in that movie.
Yeah.
Is I love how they're looking at, the Xenomorphs are looking at each other like, the way these humans are treating us, it's inhuman.
we fucking binge watched all 4 Alien movies in like a week or something. I don't really know how
No,
long.
it was straight up, I think within...
It was like every night we watched another one.
Exactly.
And like I have never seen the first, third, fourth at that time. Now I've seen the first one 3 times and the third and fourth once.
Can I apologize?
For what?
You know what for.
For
I knew.
For ruining it because you watched Alien 4?
I knew. But you were just enjoying them so much that like I thought maybe we should give the 4th one a chance. You know, this is becoming really heartfelt, but
You could have warned me. It's all I needed was a warning.
But I thought, you know, maybe we'd be able to overlook it somehow. But I was naive. We watched the first Alien, and it was incredible. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had watching a movie with you.
I can't love anyone or anything else the same way I love the Xenomorph.
It is the perfect organism. How can you not love the Xenomorph? Then we watched the second one.
Which I'd seen that once before. But like now that I've seen the first one, I understood more of it.
Then we even liked the third one. Okay, now it's unpopular opinion. I think the movie was highly regarded as a failure, as we talked about in the first episode.
I think so,
Just because it had a cast nobody was familiar with.
It had a cast nobody was familiar with. It killed off like 2 of the 3. Spoiler! It killed off 2 of the 3 surviving people from the second movie.
Yeah, the movie
within like 5 seconds.
It just immediately just shits on aliens.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, actually there was a face hugger in there.
Yeah, I know. It's like, you know, they just hung out. Why not? It was just there, whatever. But like Alien 3 was still good. It was actually, I like the setting. I like the idea of it. Like, there's no way, there's no hope kind of thing.
And I also thought it was, you know, very like female empowering as well. I think it was the best, Ripley role.
Yeah, probably. It probably was actually. I think I always used to say that 3 was my favorite, but I haven't seen 3 in a long time, and I've only seen it the once. So I want to see it multiple times more just to like be able to tell. I have like.
But you know what? So we were already like we both agreed that I could see why people hate this movie, but I still liked it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then of course we were on a mission
to watch all of them.
I took you to dangerous territories. I took you to
we went too deep. Like, you know, if in Inception, like they went to sleep and they incepted a dream, and then they incepted a dream inside that dream, and then another dream inside that dream, and how weird it would get and shit. I've never seen Inception, so I don't know if that happens or not. But anyway, okay. You know how weird that shit would get? That's what happened to us. We got fucking incepted into the Alien movies. We just kept going deeper. We went from one alien to another, and we just kept getting deeper. And we fucking found out that the Alien movies, they change genres all the time. The first one's a horror movie, straight up horror. Scary as shit. Second movie was an action movie, exciting as dicks. The third one's a thriller. It wasn't as great as the other 2. It was a thriller. It wasn't as exciting as the other 2. It wasn't as good as the other 2, but it was still enjoyable, and I learned hella shit. Like, I didn't know if an alien took over a dog,
I'm sorry.
On 4 legs. But no! We fucking watched Alien 4, and guess what? It's a fucking romantic comedy between goddamn Ripley and a fucking alien human thing. I don't know what the hell it is. If you look up Alien Resurrection, the baby, you will see the ugliest monstrosity you'll ever see.
I can't stop him.
I don't know what the fuck it was. It was a romantic comedy because apparently, you know, back in what? It was like 2002 when it happened. It came out or some shit, maybe late 90s. Apparently, it was so wrong for two guys to get married into fucking shit, but a fucking alien and a fucking woman, that's cool. That's totally fucking fine. You know, let's fucking just implant.
I knew Ron Perlman was in the movie. Why would I do that to you?
Let's just fucking implant a human with fucking alien DNA. Let's see how well that works. Oh, she can shoot basketball from behind her and fucking get a goal, no problem. That's cool. She has acid blood, whatever. She's super strong. Alright, that's cool. Let's throw Ron Perlman into the mix. Let's see how he does. He fucking ruined it. Spoiler alert. Let's not tell anyone that there's an android and oh shit, there's an android. Let's have an alien queen that gets killed by the baby alien human thing that it fucking gives birth to.
Okay, can we talk about...
Let's have the baby alien thing fall in love with Ripley. Let's just fucking keep it going.
I'm just gonna stay in my corner.
Let's fucking do it. We'll have him get on the ship. We'll have him fucking shoot a hole or something in the fucking ship, and he'll just fucking get sucked out into space piece by piece, like slowly but surely, screaming, no! No!
Okay.
No, that's cool. Let's fucking do it. We'll make millions.
I want to talk about that scene. I was like, is that alien actually saying human words, right? And we had to replay that scene. I put on subtitles. I had to make sure that what I heard was definitely human words. In the subtitles, when the alien-human hybrid is being sucked out of the airlock or the broken window.
It was a hole in a window.
It was a hole in a window.
Just a hole.
Yeah.
God, oh my God.
Which would have just killed a lot.
I gotta walk around and cool myself off from this.
Okay, so the subtitles literally said it was like the Da Vinci Code. It was like the realization of how shitty this movie is. The alien-human hybrid is like, Mama, Mama, oh no, oh no, and it's just screaming, oh no, as it's being sucked out of space. And it is a fucking romantic comedy. It was a rom-com. I'm pretty sure Adam Sandler was in the Xenomorph suit.
You're probably right. It kind of looked like Adam Sandler.
It did look like that.
It straight up looked like Adam Sandler. I want to point out for the record, I hate Alien Resurrection so much. I'm the guy that wants to watch shitty movies just to see how it is. I watched the Avatar movie because I was like after The Last Airbender. Because I was like, alright, I'm not a huge fan of Avatar, I'll fucking watch it, see why everyone hates it, whatever. It was terrible, it was a bad movie. Even with the little I knew about Avatar, it was a bad movie. I want to watch Jack and Jill because I want to see how bad it is. Just because everyone talks hella shit about it. Pixels, I can go without Pixels. I don't ever want to watch Alien Resurrection again. I keep telling everyone how bad it is, and they want to watch it, and I keep saying, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to watch it. My mom and my brother might want to watch it. I'm going to tell them, you guys can watch without me. I'm not doing it. I just can't do it again. It's too much.
So, alien is a word that Dak loves. If you say the word alien, he gets really interested, okay? This word actually destroyed... This movie destroyed Dak's faith in religion. No way can say resurrection without him going on a rant.
It's kind of true.
You actually have to say resurrection at least 14 words apart from alien, or else he'll get set off like this. This is a common occurrence. And he might not ever be okay.
I'm normally a really calm guy. I don't get pissed off at anyone or at anything at all. I'm really chill. I just kind of hang out and do my own thing. The last time I went on a rant about Alien Resurrection, because this is not the first time. It's probably about the third or fourth at this point. The first time I was talking to my friend Hilda, which I probably meant to let her know that I talked about her in this, because she's not like, what the fuck, you know. I don't know how she'd react. But anyways, I was talking to her about it, and I don't know how it came up, because I always talked about Alien with her for some reason, because like it was just a lot of fun, because she didn't know anything. Oh my god, I got hiccups and shit.
He's dying because of this conversation. Dad, you need to stop talking about Alien Resurrection. It's going to kill you.
I spent half an hour just texting her. Everything. In all caps. I never use caps. Everything that I was so wrong about that movie. Everything I hated. Every bit and piece about it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to bed. I can't do it anymore. And I went to bed and she's like, alright, good night. Half an hour later, I texted her again. I Can't fucking sleep. I'm so pissed about this. Nothing else pisses
You know
me
what?
off.
Actually, from that day on, Dak doesn't sleep anymore.
I sleep as little as I possibly can.
He can't because when he tries to sleep, he's just haunted by imagery.
I don't get any sleep anymore, and that's why I'm just like I don't ever consume anything but energy drinks and coffee at this point. Like I haven't had water in 2 weeks.
It's not because of Freddy Krueger.
I like Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger's cool.
It's not because of any
He's a bro.
It's because if you remember the shitty movie in your dreams, you'll get pissed off in real life.
If a movie is shitty in your dreams, it's shitty in real life. It's just really bad, man. It's like I know somebody's gonna hear that rant and they're gonna say, "Oh, it can't be that bad."
Oh wait.
And they're gonna go watch it, and then they're gonna. I hope to God that they come back and they message me on Twitter, YouTube, whatever. I hope they come back and they say, "Daakery, I am so sorry I doubted you. I am so sorry. You were totally right, and I will listen to you from here on out." Which you shouldn't. For the record, you should not listen to me. You can ask Josh.
Please
I'm
want
terrible.
that advice.
I give good advice, but then I throw in a joke, and it's terrible after that.
Well, I learned today that what I thought was good advice was
Well,
actually the joke advice.
No, it was serious advice, but you took it in a different way than I meant it. Because
Wait, no, we're good. But
No, I'm gonna explain this one. Okay, this is gonna fucking happen now. Josh recently got into a new relationship with a girl. And like, so every once in a while, I work. I haven't dated anyone in like a year, and before that, it had been again like 2 years, 3 years since I dated or like done anything with anyone. So I'm not the best person to come to for this kind of thing, but I love giving this kind of advice because apparently I'm really good at it. I don't know. I told Josh, what was it? I would give him advice all the time. It was something like, take her out to a nice dinner, take her to a movie. She'll love it. And he'll be like, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll probably do that. And then I'll say, and then tie her to the bed and leave her for 3 days.
Great advice. No, that was good advice, okay? But then he mixes in stupid advice. But this one time I was like, you know what? That was really good advice.
So, okay, the one thing I told Josh, I didn't really give an explanation I thought he would understand. I told him, because it was, I think, the third date, and I was like, hey, just remember to eat light. And he's like, okay, I'll do that. So ever since, apparently, I found out today that he's just been eating light stuff in front of her, like nothing like too messy, nothing that's going to cause a problem. What I meant by eat light was because of insinuating that you guys are going to be fucking later. As a joke.
How was I thought you meant, like, so that you don't have to use the restroom and make things awkward.
Yeah, see, that's a good thing, too. But, like, I was like, so nothing's, like, bouncing around in your stomach. You don't, like, fucking throw up or something in the middle of it. That's what I was going for. I find out this day that for, like, 2 or 3 months, Josh has just been eating light because he thought, hey, that's, like, the only good advice he's ever given me. And it wasn't even for the right thing.
Well, that and the bed time to 3 days, that was good advice too.
I've given a lot of advice like that. If you ever need good, shitty advice, come find me, man. I know. I'll hook you up.
But, that's what I thought you meant. I thought you meant, like, just eat light. You don't need any, bowel discomfort.
I do feel like I should say, because I know she's going to listen to these podcasts eventually, if not already listening to it. I'm really sorry. I just joke about shit all the time. Nothing is off limits for me at this point.
Oh, I was actually going to definitely have her listen to this one. So.
Alright, good.
Yeah, you're in the hole.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I don't really know her that well, so I feel like that's all I can do is go down.
But no, I'm excited.
That came out wrong. All I can do is get worse. Okay, anyways.
No, but I'm excited because I'm excited to start having game nights here as well.
Yeah,
like I'm definitely gonna bring Taylor. My girlfriend's name is Taylor, by the way.
I was trying not to say it because I know she'd be happy with
no,
I don't know how she would feel about that.
But also, I'm kind of weird about it as well, just in terms of relationships in general. I think I'd rather her be known as Taylor rather than my girlfriend because that's just like
that's impersonal.
It makes her seem like a sub character.
Yeah, she's not important kind of thing.
No, exactly.
She definitely is.
Oh, she's the girlfriend, right?
I do kind of, I guess, consider this an invitation, but I do kind of hope eventually to get her on the podcast because I feel like it'd be a lot of fun.
You know what? I think that would be a great thing. We'll get a few more episodes out, you and me.
Oh yeah. We're definitely gonna be trying to get a I guess, get a grounding or whatever, kind of like just get a feel for everything and get everything situated and, figure it out.
Hey, you know what? We're worth it. This is us. This is the Daakery Jock Show. This is the Xenocast. Okay?
This is who we are now. What we live for.
We're the hybrids. We're the apex predators.
But, no, I actually have a bunch of people that I want to get as a guest. I have a few of them that I know would love to do it. I have a few that I might have to convince. I kind of want Chase to come back because, like, he might not talk much and he might not do much for it, but
once my job ends in August, my second job, we'll start moving into weekends.
Yeah, like right now we're recording on a Friday because we've been busy all week, or one of us has been busy all week.
And lo and behold, the motherfucker's gone.
Yeah, right. No, but
I miss that son of a bitch so much. I'm drinking myself to death because I miss him so much.
You don't have to suck up to him. He's not gonna listen to this. He's probably hating the fact that we're doing this. But we're normally record on Tuesdays, and I'll try to get it out on Friday. Today we're recording on Friday, so I'm gonna as soon as we're done, I'm gonna quickly edit it. So it's probably I want to say it's gonna be shittily edited, but I'm just gonna do it the same way I did last time, which was quickly and shittily edited anyways. So it's not gonna be much of a difference.
He's a character.
So again, hopefully it'll go up on Friday, probably Saturday, if anything. But no, I forgot where I was going with that. Anyway, we record during the week. We're trying to do it during the weekend so that we can drink and stuff. Because I don't drink enough, and because of that, I can't really hold my liquor very well. So I would love to drink more. Maybe we can have a podcast where it's just 20 minutes and we throw it up. I don't know. It'll be fun.
Oh, that's my favorite. That's gonna be my favorite episode.
I have stories, parties and shit that we can talk about. One that's embarrassing for Josh, about 10 or 20 that's embarrassing for me. I almost hit on myself once, so I was drunk enough.
I highly believe that one.
Alright, so if anyone knows what I look like, I had long hair. I normally have longer hair. And my hair was just long enough to where if I took a quick glance at myself, if I was anyone else, I would think I'm a girl. So I was really drunk. It was back when I was actually able to hold my shit and I would drink a lot. And I was at a party, so I was really into the mood, I walk into the bathroom, but I look around. Just because I'm trying to, make sure I get situation, I can get situated and stuff. And figure out what's going on. And I look to the left and there's a mirror there and I see myself, but I don't realize it's me. Because I think at the time I normally wore a beanie, but I think I wasn't wearing it anymore. And I looked at it and I was about to say, hey, how's it going? Hey, how you doing? But then I stopped and I was like, wait a minute. That looks like me.
I wish I could tell you that was the story. But the story I know is that Dak was staring in a mirror and he was like, would you fuck me? I would fuck me.
I hope to God you guys trust my story.
My story's full of shit, but it's a fun story, okay? And so I walked into him, making out with the mirror, and it was probably the most romantic relationship I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's saying something.
I mean...
That's saying a lot.
I can only hope that I can make out with somebody as passionately as you've made out with that mirror.
I don't know if you ever could. I think that mirror...
But, I'm a hypothetical piece of shit. That never happened. But
me and that
from
mirror...
the right angle, you could be a girl.
From the right angle, I totally could be. It's just facial structure.
Except
really.
Right now, you look like the Joker.
About that. I recently cut my hair, and our friend Sippy, the guy that did the fucking picture, whatever, that douchebag. Well, not douchebag. I'm just mad at him because he fucking screwed me over at work. But
I have no opinion.
He didn't screw me over. He just didn't do a lot of work one day, and I'm mad because I had to do more work. But whatever. He looked at me when he saw my haircut, and he said, Daakery, if you grew your hair out a little bit longer, you could do a good Joker. And so because of that, and I want to say probably about a week. I don't know how long it's going to take for it to grow out long enough, but I'm going to try and reenact that picture of the Joker from the comic arc, I guess, because there's probably 3 or 4 comics. The Killing Joke, the one where Joker fucking busts in on Barbara Gordon, shoots her in the spine, paralyzes her, and why she's not Batgirl anymore, and why she's Oracle now. Or was. I don't really know where that
is. It's a really good comic.
It was the best comic I'd ever read until I read Daredevil Yellow. Which, now that's my favorite. But, there's like it does like delves into the Joker backstory and like the story about how he fell into the chemicals and came out as the Joker and like there's the picture where it's the first scene of like showing him as the Joker kind of thing, like technically the first of him as the Joker, but it's just like his origin story part. And he just has his head in his hands and he has like a crazy fucking look. Or not head in his hands, his hands in his hair on his head.
His head in his hands.
Yeah. And like he's just fucking like maniacally looking and laughing and shit. And I really want to do that picture. Some people might have kind of an idea of what that is because when they first revealed what Jared Leto looks like as the Joker, he
did the same exact Killing Joke look.
Oh yeah, and like I want to do that because like I think I could definitely pull off a good Joker and like I'm hella excited to do that. I was looking up stuff. I'm gonna buy a costume. It's probably gonna cost like 50, 40, 60 bucks, whatever.
You know what? Which isn't too bad. Again, like I said before, at least you already have a costume ready for Halloween.
I mean,
but
as I said to that, I don't do anything for Halloween.
Sure, well, Halloween's my kind of thing.
I hang out at home with my cat and my mermaid, and that's it. Oh, what am I doing?
So wait, so you celebrate Halloween every day?
Yeah, pretty much.
I do too.
Every day is Halloween for me. So yeah, no, that kind of gives me like a good thing to do for Halloween. So it works out a little bit at least. I don't really know what else I can do with it. But I guess I'll figure something out. I don't know. I'll have like a purple dress suit.
But I'm actually excited about this too. It's gonna be a really fun project to work on. And again, Dak with the right makeup, and if he dyes his hair green, would definitely look like a killer Joker.
That's the problem I'm having is I don't know if I want to dye my hair green or just do the spray. I gotta figure that one out a little bit. And I would totally dye my hair. I'm fucking paying like 30, 60 bucks just for one picture. Like I would dye my hair green just for the picture. Fuck it, I don't care. So I gotta figure that one out.
That's commitment.
If you guys
if that's commitment to a photo, you should see how Duck is the Joker. Okay, he's the fucking motherfucker. If you think that's a lot of commitment for one picture, you should see how long this person will wait for a joke.
I will do almost anything for a joke. I've even told Josh on multiple occasions if it was funny, I would kill myself in a heartbeat just because it'd be funny.
I would laugh.
But like that suicide's not a joke, so it's gonna be hard to figure that one out. So that's gonna be interesting if that ever happens, which I kind of.
When people die, they shit themselves.
So I guess that alone would be funny.
I
just have to die. That's it.
I mean, I get it's sad and everything, right? But come on, they shit themselves. I'm sorry. That's kind of funny to me.
Yeah, I guess it would.
Like they can't hold it in.
It's because their body just shuts down. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna fucking like be dead and you're gonna shit yourself. That's gonna be hella funny.
I'm gonna eat life.
It's like a frickin' sauna in here.
Guess who just walked in? Special guest apparently, Chase, and another special guest, Matthew, which I'm not calling him by his last name anymore because it gives his family honor and he didn't do anything to get for me to deserve it.
God damn it, Dak.
We're actually gonna be wrapping up here soon because I didn't want to run too long because like Chase said, it's a fucking sauna in here. Don't you dare touch him. You son of a bitch!
But, hey, as you said before about the shitting yourselves after you die, right? That's why I'm taking your advice. I'm going to eat light.
I guess, yeah, if you eat light, then, you'll
die. I'm not going to worry about it. But everyone else, I'm going to laugh. Sorry. It's funny that people shit themselves when they die.
Well, to end it on that note, talking about killing ourselves and dying and stuff,
Thank you guys for staying tuned for the sequel episode of the Xenocast. Xenocast.
God damn it, I have to fucking tell it that now. Alright, well. Alright, guys. Hopefully, we'll be back next week, hopefully at a better time and hopefully a better plan and stuff. Which is going to be funny because seeing how it's Friday, we're probably going to try and record it Tuesday. It'll be in like 4 days. So, we got to figure out. Oh, shit, I have all week off, so I'm not going to have anything. Oh,
it is
man.
a double feature. I'm excited to be a part of it.
You want to just record another one right now? Like, fuck it.
Come over.
But, yeah. Thanks you guys for watching, and hopefully this one was even better than the first one. Just like, Alien to Aliens. And hopefully the fourth one's not a piece of shit. That's all I want.
The fourth one's going to be a piece of shit. Spoiler alert.
You know what? For the fourth one, I'm just going to put my ass up to the mic, and whatever happens, fucking happens for an hour.
Stay tuned for the fourth episode. That means you have to get through the third, so you have us for one more week, potentially two.
For the third episode, then we're just gonna be moderately okay. We're gonna be kind of funny, but not as funny. I guess it's fitting that we're doing it in 4 days.
This is gonna be as good as it gets. I'm sorry.
This is our high point. We're gonna be doing this in 5 years. We're gonna look back. Josh, you remember that episode 2? You remember the Xenocasts? It's gonna be awesome.
Many people peaked in high school. I peaked during episode 2 of the Xenocast. All right, thank you everyone for staying tuned. I hope you keep following us. If you like what we do, please give us a shout out. It's always thankful.
If you guys need to keep in date, I need to work on our Twitter actually, because I haven't posted anything on Twitter. But I did make a Twitter. I can't remember what the fuck the @'s at. So I'm gonna Josh, if you vamp while I find that out.
Oh, of course. Again, thank you everyone for staying tuned. We're pretty accessible as well. I love being part of the Xenocast. Oh, you got it right?
It's literally just the Xenocast.
The Xenocast.
What
You can follow us on Twitter at the Xenocast.
Yeah, that's all it is, and I'm gonna start trying to update it. I don't even think I put the first episode up on there, so yeah, no, that's kind of cool. I should probably get around to doing that, but I don't even know how to do this. Okay.
All right, on next week's episode, I'll probably rant on and on about how good Stranger Things is. If you haven't watched it, it's a Netflix original.
Yeah, that's something I should watch. I need to start watching BoJack Horseman, actually.
Exactly. So stay tuned for next episode. We are excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be here. Bye, everyone.